to Lone Star, where I review bad movies because the don't ask, don't tell policy was repealed. Go away, homophobic clone! So I watched Furry Vengeance. It's a movie about Dan Sanders, a father played by Brendan Fraser, working for a development company in a forested town. The only catch is that the animals are very intelligent. These animals, led by a raccoon, attempt to make Dan's life a living hell because he is involved in destroying their home. And if only animals were that smart. So what were some of the things I was disappointed about? 1. Stop it with the talking animal movies. Well, that could be averted because the animals don't speak in English. However, they do talk to each other in their own vocal sounds. And then even with the vocal sounds made by the animals, and the fact that they're all different species, they're still able to understand English and understand human pop culture. It doesn't really add much to the originality that the animals involved are your typical woodland creatures seen in many movies before. Either way, those animals are super intelligent. I'm amazed they can do things like drive a car, plan various tricks, and devise a Rube Goldberg machine. We need to test these animals. 2. Predictability. It took me little time to predict what exactly could happen during the plot, especially during that part of the movie where the animals are harassing Dan. Such as one scene where he was on a rooftop and tried to grab a crow. Now, as I predicted, he swiped at it and then fell off. I could even tell for most of the movie how it was going to end. The animals were going to win and Dan was going to realise their struggle, after completely missing the point. 3. Boring plot. Especially during the middle of the movie where the animals were attacking Dan. There was none of it. There were many repeated gags, like skunks being in Dan's car, and then the car, after Dan being sprayed by the scurrilous fumes, hits a stack of pipes. It annoyed me, as it seemed to be some kind of Jackass type thing, where you're anticipating what hijinks Raccoon and his friends are up to next. It was only near the end that there was some plot movement, and what should have made the movie better was some plot twists, of which it had none. 4. Brendan Fraser wasn't quite up to it, as in the goofiness he had for this movie didn't quite cut it up for this one. He used too much slapstick humour, and as I said before, it got boring after a while. There were also some inconsistencies. One time, Dan was stung by multiple bees. The next morning, you find he has no scars or swellings on his face. I don't think toilet humour and risque slapstick works in my opinion. However, I will refute this by saying I am not a kid, and from what I've heard, kids like this movie. It's just that it didn't really appeal to adults. Not to mention I did have a few laughs in this movie, and it's not like the movie failed badly. So comment below telling me your opinion of this film, and I'll see you next time.